All right, let's talk about learning Figma. If you're looking for a clear, no-nonsense path to get started, and get started the right way, then you are in exactly the right place. This is your essential roadmap.
You know that feeling, right? You open up Figma for the first time and it's just a sea of buttons, menus, and panels. It's overwhelming. And trust me, you are definitely not alone in feeling that way. It's a seriously powerful tool, which is awesome, but that power can be pretty intimidating.
But that's exactly what we're going to tackle today. Think of this less as a boring list of features and more like a strategic roadmap. We're going to show you exactly what to focus on and, maybe more importantly, what you can totally 100% ignore for now. So, ready? Let's dive in. Okay, let's jump right into Phase 1, your core design toolkit. These are the absolute building blocks, the non-negotiables. I promise if you master these, you can build pretty much anything you can imagine. First things first, and this is a big one, frames versus groups. You have got to get this right from the start. Think of a frame like a picture frame. It's the actual container, right? It has a size, it can have a background color, it provides the structure. A group, on the other hand, is just like grabbing a bunch of things and putting a paper clip on them. It's just for quick organization. So rule number 1, build your layouts with frames. Always.
Now, let's get you oriented in the workspace. It's super simple, really. On the left, that's your Layers panel. Basically a table of contents for everything on your screen. The big empty space in the middle, that's your canvas, your playground. And over on the right, you've got the Properties panel. That's where you'll tweak everything. Colors, sizes, you name it. For now, just get familiar with your basic shape tools, like Rectangle and the Text tool.
Okay, listen up. Because if you only master one thing from this whole explainer, this is it. Auto layout is your design superpower. Seriously, this is the magic that makes your designs responsive. It lets them grow and shrink and adapt when content changes. It's how real websites work. And once you get it, you will never, ever go back to manually nudging pixels around again. It's a total game changer.
So how does this superpower work? Well, it really just boils down to two simple ideas: hug contents and fill container. Hug is exactly what it sounds like. The frame literally hugs the stuff inside it. Think of a button. If you add more text, the button gets wider to fit. Fill, on the other hand, does the opposite. The stuff inside stretches out to fill whatever container it's in. If you can wrap your head around that one distinction, you've unlocked most of Auto Layout's power.
All right, next, let's talk about working smarter, not harder. This is where styles and components come in. Styles are just saved settings for your colors and fonts so you can apply them with one click. And components? Oh, they're amazing. They are your reusable building blocks. You design a button once, and then you can use it 100 times across your entire project.
And the workflow is so beautifully simple. It's basically a parent-child relationship. You create one main component, that's the parent. Then, every copy you use in your design is called an instance, that's the child. And here's the magic. If you need to change that button color from blue to green, you just edit the parent, and bam, every single child updates instantly. Everywhere. It's a massive time saver.
Okay, the last thing for our core toolkit is constraints. Now, this sounds way more complicated than it is. It's simply how you tell an element where to stick inside a frame when it gets resized. You can pin a logo to the top left, or make sure a menu stays stuck to the top. It just makes sure your designs don't fall apart.
All right, on to Phase 2, and honestly, this might be the most valuable part of this whole roadmap. We're going to talk about all the shiny, complicated features that you have my full permission to completely and totally ignore when you're starting out. This is all about clearing the noise.
So here's your official Ignore for Now list. Don't worry about complex prototyping with variables or logic. Don't even think about advanced vector tools or Boolean operations. You can definitely hold off on plugins, dev mode, and big team libraries. All that stuff is super powerful for sure, but right now it will only slow you down.
And there's a really good reason for this. You have to learn the manual workflow first. You need to build the muscle memory and truly understand how a design is constructed. Jumping straight to plugins is like trying to become a chef by only using a microwave. You'll never understand the ingredients. You have to learn the fundamentals.
Okay, so you know what to learn and what to ignore. Now, let's talk about how to speed this all up. Let's get into some pro tips to really accelerate your progress.
This right here is probably the single best practical exercise you can do. Find a website or an app that you love, something you use every day, and just try to recreate one of the screens perfectly, pixel for pixel. This forces you to solve real-world problems and figure out, how do they actually build that? It's an incredible learning tool.
Want the biggest productivity boost you can get? Learn these 4 shortcuts. That's it, just 4. A for the frame tool, T for text, R for rectangle, and the magic one, Shift plus A to add auto layout. Committing these to memory will make you feel like a pro almost instantly. And here's a crucial reminder. Figma is just the hammer. You still need to learn how to be a good carpenter. Don't ever ignore the timeless principles of design, things like visual hierarchy, contrast, and alignment. A beautiful tool can't fix a weak design foundation. You gotta learn the craft.
So, we've covered the what, the whatnot, and the how. Now it's time to put all this together and shift from just learning to actually creating. It's time for your first project.
And there you have it. You made it through the roadmap. You now have a focused, manageable set of tools and a clear, uncluttered path forward. That feeling of being overwhelmed should be gone, replaced by a real, actionable plan.
So, the only question left is the most exciting one of all. With this new clarity and this new confidence, what will you build first?